Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to do my video for the 12 Gods and Goddesses thing with Egyptian. This might end up being kind of a long video, so I may cut it and make it 2 videos. But if I do, then you will know. So anyway, this month I decided that I was going to do Hecate for my goddess and Dionysus for my god, and I actually think by putting those two together, I learned a lot more than I would have learned if I did them separately. So to get started with this, I'll probably start with Dionysus, just because I have a little bit less to say about Dionysus. Dionysus, he is the god of wine, the god of fertility. I love theater, so I love Dionysus because it was at his festivals that Greek theater was created, so I feel a deep connection to that aspect of him. But the myth of his birth is kind of interesting because it makes him more of a demigod than a god, and I find that the fact that he had such of an impact on society and he wasn't even 100% God. His mother was a mortal woman who Zeus consorted with, and when Hera found out, Hera basically told the woman that she needed to ask Zeus to show himself to her because he hadn't been completely honest with her. And Zeus just loved her so much that he promised her that when she asked if he would give her one thing, he said yes. He basically said yes, anything you want, and then promised. And she even made him swear on the river Styx. And when you swear on the river Styx in Greece, it's basically like saying "cross my heart and hope to die" kind of thing. But it's basically unbreakable. So she asked him after he'd sworn the river Styx if he would show himself to her, and he knew what would happen when he did, but because he'd promised, he had to. So when he showed himself to her, she basically burst into flames and disintegrated, or whatever you want to call it, but she died. And the only thing left in like the ash, or I guess it was ash, I don't know what else to call it, was the unborn baby Dionysus, and he wasn't really ready to be born, so Zeus sewed him into his leg so that he could continue to grow, and eventually cut him out and he was born. But that is the reason he has his godly status. If he had been born of the mortal woman, he probably would simply be known as a demigod, and he would probably not have as much of an importance as he did in Greek society at the time when he was extremely popular. So my experience with Dionysus was he basically told me not to let the everyday stresses get to me because life is all about having fun. And I'm like, in my head I was like, life's not all about having fun. Life's about getting places and doing what you want and enjoying it while you're doing it. And then I realized that maybe the point is to enjoy what you're doing, not so much do what you want. And that's helped me lately because I've been having kind of a hard time. There's been a lot going on with like my friends and my boyfriend. He's moving, and it's been stressing me out so much because he's moving really far away. So I needed that extra boost, and the energy he gives off is just so happy-go-lucky, have the best day of your life. Who cares what others think? Who cares what happens? Who cares if you even remember what you did? Just have a good time kind of energy. And I needed that this month, so I'm kind of glad I chose him to be my god for this month of the cycle. And then my goddess that I chose, Hecate. also the goddess that Egyptian was doing. And I have watched her video, but I'm going to try not to let all the stuff she said change what I had to say, because it's not so much different, it's that I really don't want to repeat too much of what she said. And I also don't want to ramble on about something that she did say. So anyway, Hecate to me is so much more than what books set her out to be and what like websites about gods and goddesses set her out to be. They give her all these archetypes, and it's like she's the goddess of this, and the goddess of that, and the goddess of this, and the goddess of that, and the goddess of this, and the goddess of that, and the ruler of this, and the ruler of that. And it's just like, why can't you say she's just everything? Because she is, especially to me. She's also, if you're going to give her an archetype and say she is the goddess of blank, and only have one, to me, she'd be the goddess of earned wisdom. It's not just wisdom, it's wisdom that you have to earn. There are some things that you have to work hard to understand, and that is earned wisdom. And I think that is what she's the goddess of. I tried really hard meeting with her, and I succeeded to an extent. She would show herself to me, she would speak to me, but she wouldn't let me in on anything, like any of the lessons that she wants to teach me. And basically what she said was that I'm not ready, that now is not my time. And I completely respect that, and I know that I probably wouldn't be ready for the things she has to tell me, because I'm not quite mature enough to earn the knowledge that she has to give. So I respect her deeply, and as she is the goddess of everything, earth, sea, sky, underworld, magic, magic itself is everything, but Egyptian already said that, so I'm not going to go too much into that. And it's just, Hecate has become so much more to me than she was before, because now when I look at other goddesses, I don't see that goddess as being something that's just an archetype. I see them as being everything. Every goddess and every god as being everything. And I needed that. It's helped me so much in my practice just to see the fact that all gods and all goddesses are a big part of everything. That the whole world couldn't function if, well, I mean, I guess it could function without the belief in them, but the whole world, to me, wouldn't function correctly without the cooperative effort of all of them, because they do things a certain way because of other gods and goddesses. And I feel like that's the best thing. It's that they need each other as much as I need them. So that's basically all of the deep kind of things I wanted to say. But I also want to say a little bit about Hecate's appearance. And Egyptian talked about this, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating kind of what she said, but nowadays Hecate is a crone goddess, and everyone has this assumption: crone goddess, dark, old, long hair, gray hair, most likely cloak, maybe lots of warts and a crooked nose kind of thing. And to me, and also to Egyptian, that's not what a crone goddess is. A crone goddess is someone who's smart, someone who has enough wisdom that others don't. And that's what makes her the crone, not being old. And when I met with her in my meditation, the way she appeared to me, even though at the time, consciously, I still saw that hag, old crone goddess when I thought about her, in my meditation, when I saw her, was the opposite of what I expected. She was this beautiful woman who just glowed. I guess it's the torchbearer part of her. She was a giant walking light, and she was just gorgeous. And the only dark aspect to her, and that was a little bit creepy, was she had like really luminescent snake eyes, and her tongue was like a snake tongue. And I haven't really deduced why, to me, she appears that way, but I found it kind of interesting, and I was completely caught off guard, and I was like, whoa, okay, am I even talking to the right goddess here? But eventually, with that, after a couple of minutes of that image, I was like, this is her. This is what a crone should be. A crone doesn't have to be some creepy old woman. And I liked that Hecate brought me that realization, because I will be working with at least one more crone goddess throughout my 2012, and I think that realization might help me a lot later, because I feel like if I had started with any other crone goddess, I might have kept that stereotype of old lady equals crone. So I thank her very much, and I will be contacting her more in the future. Dionysus, whenever I get down in the dumps, I'll probably try and talk to him, because he has the best energy, and he always has something nice and something fun to say and do, and he loves to dance, and I love to dance. So dancing together, I've danced with him in a meditation, and it's just a spirit lifter. So I encourage people who watch my videos to go learn about Hecate and Dionysus if you don't know very much about them. And if you do know about them, go out and experience them. It's quite a different thing to know as it is to do. So that's all for this video. Much love, and blessed be. Mwah.